What's in a name?
What is in a name? What is in a name? I know you all are absolutely familiar with, because this girl's been catching a lot of flack recently on The View. Raven-Symoné, formerly of the Cosbys and the little Disney star. You know, she was a star at a very early age, but she's been caught saying some pretty inflammatory things, and Twitter been blowing her up. She's catching a lot of flack. So this segment is called "What's in a Name?"
And we have our resident correspondent from Charlotte, North Carolina, to join us, who's always got some profound and thought-provoking ideas about a lot of stuff. Melissa,
Hey!
Melissa, Charlotte, NC. Melissa, listen. What's in a name? Your name's Melissa. My name's Michelle. Tanya's name is Tanya. What's in a name?
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal if your name is Shaquiqui Woo Woo?
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell on us a little bit first. Let's not act like a lot of us have not talked and or joked at a time when we see some names that are really out there.
All day. All day and twice
me?
on Sunday. You're absolutely correct.
Kidding me?
You know, I used to be a bill collector at one time in my life career. And I remember we used to see some names that were so outrageous that we'd be like, why did they do that to their child? And it really had nothing to do with really the ethnic piece of it. It's just that it was flat out crazy. I'm saying.
And there you have it, Melissa. Tanya and I had an opportunity to speak about this prior to coming on camera. And we talked about the fact that there was a moment in about the 70s, late 80s, where African names were very strong. Imani, Hassani, Nia, Naya, all of these words that were Swahili based, and that made sense. And then this new wave of something came in, and I'm not really sure what it's supposed to represent, because this new wave is not interested in Africa. And they're certainly not interested in America as we know it, the red, white, and blue apple pie Chevrolet America. What is with the creation? I think that it might have something to do with wanting to be unique. As I am an adjunct professor, and I have a student whose name is Uniqua. And she's a beautiful girl. Maybe her mom saw her as soon as she was born and saw her to be unique. What do you think?
I absolutely think that, we know we're a colorful people, no pun intended.
Yes, sir.
We like to be different.
That's right.
I'm different. I'm different.
We like to stand out.
That's right.
So whether it be our names, our hair, our clothes, our cars sometimes, we are easily identifiable in a lot of different ways.
Oh, yeah.
However, my challenge more specifically with what Raven-Symoné said, we're coming into a space where you have to use your medium very carefully.
Absolutely.
Responsibly. I have very low expectations of a Raven-Symoné.
Yeah.
Okay? I was all over Twitter talking about The View and how they just didn't care. Because at the end of the day, look at the panel pretty much on a consistent basis.
That's right.
The minute there was anybody with half a brain, she's gone. And then in our finest hour, the people that are of color that they place on that stage, essentially everybody's going to be a comedian. I'm not even going to go into the piece about what they physically look like typically. And then their counterparts are the complete polar opposite. So my expectations are very low for A View, because I understand what they're trying to do. They wanted a Raven-Symoné just for what Raven-Symoné gives you. Absolute foolishness, unfiltered foolishness, and ignorance. And so this is a woman now. I will touch on the fact that shame on her, not only as a woman of color, shame on her because she's a member of the LGBT community, and she's talking about discriminating on someone.
Come on.
That absolutely waters down your argument. I cannot even respect you, even if I'm down with you, because you are an oppressed people how many times over, and you now are talking about how you're not going to hire anyone, Watermelon Mondria, whatever the name was.
Right.
Let's pray to God that you're never in a position to hire anybody, because you don't have any sense. So again, I didn't expect them to represent us or people of color with Raven-Symoné, because they pretty much placed her there for, again, shock value, to capture a demographic. But at the end of the day, she has not shown herself well. I think even her father was quoted last week as saying she says dumb
shit. That's
sometimes.
what he said. Yeah.
I mean, so if your own father comes out and just talks, and says that you didn't make any sense, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
But I just think that she needs to think deeply about her own position in this world and understand that as someone that is an oppressed individual 2 times over, or 3 times, she's a female.
Right.
Think about what you said and what that means. We know discrimination happens, but why do you have to be a part of it? Why do you have to be an advocate and just really show yourself and the people that you represent so poorly?
It's funny because I was discussing with Michelle, just what you said earlier, Melissa. Come on, we've had these conversations with some of these names, and hey, maybe it's because you just like, we're big on, her name's Mercedes or Alizé or whatever. A lot of times we see things that are supposedly, the higher echelon or, supposedly have some value. And so we'll just throw that on the name of our children. I say this, I think that you have to use wisdom in this world and certainly in this society. You naming your child Watermelon-Drea.
Did somebody really do that? Or
I know.
Okay.
She said something.
She made that.
She might have made it up, but I'm saying that's just not really wise, because before that child goes to an interview or does anything, there are certain preconceived notions that everyone, not just another culture, our own culture may have, hearing, oh, this is Watermelon-Drea or whatever the woman's name was. So it's not wise, but for a Black woman to say, I just wouldn't hire you, period, if that was your name, Raven-Symoné, is what did Joe Bass say? Conscientious stupidity. Okay? For that to come out of your mouth. Bottom line. That's just the bottom line. Unwise.
It was absolutely very irresponsible and thoughtless. Like I said, what you can expect from her, this girl has not been on the earth long, and she was essentially hired to do just what she's done. People are talking about it. They have a very Donald Trump philosophy about things. Any publicity is good publicity for them.
Right.
I just think that, as a good old saying says, when you know better, you do better. We have to get to a place where you know better. And, these names, we can talk about from a political perspective and a real life perspective. What I do for a living, I understand that discrimination exists. And it does exist based on someone's name. I do think, though, that you have to be prepared and also have pride in who you are as an individual, okay? People make decisions. Do I change my name? Do I shorten my name? Whatever it is, whatever you have to do, know what the circumstances are. If you feel like you need to make adjustments, make adjustments. However, as an individual who has a lot of pride, I feel badly that someone would feel that they need to make adjustments to get in a door, when essentially who they are as an individual and in their heart should be what's counted. So there are, again, separate conversations we can have about this. But for Raven-Symoné specifically, she has been an absolute mess, an absolute disappointment. I expected it to be, and more specifically, we know what The View is doing. They have shown us what they think about us based on who they have hired.
All right. Okay. I think Melissa just answered what's in the name.
Well.
A whole lot of foolishness at times. Okay, well, I couldn't agree more. You? Shaniqua?
I'm Ariana.
I'm Ariana. Okay.
And that was tough when I was little.
You're Ariana.
Yeah, and that was tough when I was little.
It's Hawathia. Yeah. And how many people have said, Hawathia, where'd that come from? I said, that was Daddy.
Isn't that Indian?
It was supposed to be Hiawatha. She spelled it wrong.
Okay.
His father's mother spelled it wrong, so it ended up being Hawathia. But Hawathia is fine as it comes. So, you know what I'm saying? And smart. So I would absolutely hire him now. Melissa, couldn't agree with you more. Again, thank you for your wonderful input and insight. And so until next time, we'll see you a little later on. Bye.
All right.
Bye.